Hi, this is JB from Northern Lights over Arkham. Welcome to this first episode of the Earthborne Rangers Lure of the Valley campaign playthrough. We are starting from day 1 and just a couple of things to say before we start. So I will be implementing the Spire in Bloom expansion to this playthrough. We are also using the Moments on the Path and Moments in the Valley expansions that use extra cards for the path deck in the playthroughs. So basically, when we are traveling the valley, we will add one random card from the Moments from the Path expansion, mini expansion into the path deck. And when we are in Spire, we will be using the new locations that come in the Spire in Bloom, and also the moments in the Spire set, which is called Spire in Bloom moments, when we are using those new cards. And I will be also using tokens and playmats that are not part of the Earthborne Rangers releases. So these tokens that I will be using are from Cube for Me, which is a Etsy store. I will provide a link to the video description. Also, these playmats are not the official Earthborne Ranger playmats. They are from Rollinmats, that is located in Spain. They have a website, and I have added the link in the video description to the shop if you are interested in seeing if you want to order these kind of playmats. I have not been sponsored in any way. I'm just telling which upgrades I have bought for my copy of Earthborne Rangers, because sometimes people ask where can I get those things, and there I provide the links in my video description. I have also provided the deck list for this deck in the video description. If you haven't seen the previous video where I built this deck, go see that if you're interested in my deck building process. But that is basically everything. So we are starting from day 1. There will be spoilers throughout this playthrough and the whole series, and I will go through how a turn of Earthborne Rangers goes at the start of the video, but going from there I will just be playing, having a good time, seeing what happens, and not explaining the rules, so to speak. So if you want to learn how to play Earthborne Rangers, there are plenty of official videos and other videos that teach you how to play the game. So go see those, and I will mostly be talking about my decision-making process when I'm playing. So that out of the way, we are ready to begin. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, so basically we are starting the journey from the Lone Tree Station. So we have the woods environment in play, and because this is a pivotal location, we will add the pivotal location cards into the path deck. We will also add one Moments on the Path card into the path deck, so we'll add that. And I might as well start by reading the story. So we are skipping the whole create your deck part. Let's see, where do we start the real gameplay? Okay, so we start from number 1, missions. So I will be reading out these stories, and Hopefully you can understand my poor English when I'm reading this, so don't mind if I mispronounce stuff. Okay, so cresting the gentle grassy hill, you see the unmistakable silhouette of Lone Tree Station rise out of the highland plains before you. Lone Tree Station is aptly named. The single massive giga redwood towers over the hills and swaying grass that surround it. You can just make out eaves and balconies among the gnarled barks, doors tucked into the winding roots, and hanging gardens suspended from branches. As you draw closer, a woman in freshly pressed cloak steps out from the main entrance and waves. Calypso, your mentor for the past 9 months, strides towards you with a man who looks just about your age and at her heels. "Hello," she calls out. "You made it. Just look at you." She clasps your hands, her smile warm and her grip firm. "I'm glad to finally have you here," she says. Then she turns. "This is Cal Ivor. I've trained Cal last year, right before I started training you." Cal Ivor gives you a nod in greeting. "Pleasure," he says. So we put the Lone Tree Station location into play in the surroundings, which we already have done. Then Calypso heads back to the station with you and Cal in tow. She speaks back over her shoulder. "Please make yourself at home, explore the hanging gardens, find Spirit Speaker Nal and Cordo, and strike up a conversation. Get to know the place. After you've spent some time here at the station, you should head over to White Sky," she says. "In fact, High Pimpot has some juniper biscuits baking right now. His food is legendary around these parts. Once those biscuits are ready and you've had a chance to poke around, take a parcel over to White Sky and offer them to the people you meet. It's been at least a year since our neighbors have enjoyed the company of rangers bearing treats." She turns to look at Cal. "What do you think, Cal? Good way to get started?" Cal grins at you in a way that you can't quite describe as a sneer. "Handing out baked goods. I think that's perfectly suited to their abilities," he says. "The Rangers choose. Tell Cal what he can do with his condescending attitude or ignore him." Well, I'm going to ignore him because I have a low spirit, so I try to avoid conflicts the way I do in real life, basically. So I'm ignoring him. Calypso shakes her head and laughs. "Oh, Cal, you're not long past delivering biscuits yourself. It's tradition after all." Right, impressed Calypso on the campaign tracker. So we have this campaign tracker, which we will update stuff on it. And per the Spire in Bloom setup, we added an entry to day 8. So it's the first perfect day after this first bunch. So that will trigger an Spire in Bloom event, which we will find out way later in this playthrough series. So we impressed Calypso. Okay, so that is done. Then we can continue. So, continue reading. Gain the biscuit delivery mission. Add it to the mission section of the campaign tracker and put its card into play in the surroundings. Check the campaign tracker for the weather for the current day. Day 1. Put the corresponding weather card, a perfect day, into play. Calypso turns to you. Cal and I are heading out into the valley. We'll be on shadow patrol. That is, we'll never be too far away from you for the next few weeks. You shouldn't need our help, of course, Cal says. I can tell by looking at you that you're more than capable. Farewell for now, Calypso says, and starts down the eastern path away from Lone Tree. Spirits guide you. Follow your instinct. She and Cal walk steadily out of sight. Explore Lone Tree Station to find High Pimpot, retrieve the juniper biscuits, and learn what to do next. So we create the path deck by shuffling together the woods and Lone Tree card sets. Place it above the surroundings. Then complete all initial setup by performing the setup steps on the back of the Lone Tree Station location and card, placing 3 cloud tokens on the perfect day weather card. That concludes setup. You are ready to play. Now go explore Lone Tree Station and find High Pimpot. Okay, so we have done that. We have already put the challenge deck here per setup rules. We have to shuffle the path deck. And we have one new card from the Spar in Bloom in this path deck. It is a character, or a what are they called? Friendly being. But we'll go into more detail when if we find her while we are searching the Lone Tree Station. Okay, so I think that's enough shuffling. So basically we have a deck of cards which we built. It is a 30 card deck. We will draw 6 cards. We have a mulligan. We can discard any number of cards, draw new cards up to 6 hand size, and shuffle the discarded cards back into our deck and go from there. So we have the perfect day in the weather in play. So if we test and get a mountain, which is the blue one, we will add 1 progress to the affected card if we added any progress. So that will help us get more progress while we are doing stuff. We have this arrival setup on the Lone Tree Station, which reads arrival setup, search the path deck for the next predator and discard it. Lead Ranger draws 1 path card. And because we are playing by ourselves, we are always the lead ranger and there are no next rangers. Okay, so I'll do this arrival setup. I'm not sure if we need to, I think we need to do the draw cards stuff first. So we draw our opening hand of 6 cards. We get favorite gear, hyposonic headset, universal power cells, intention translator, observant, and circuitous route. So I'm actually liking this start. So we're keeping these. I think I will draw 2 cards instead of those. We get the Mother of Invention and Masterwork. These will shuffle back into our deck. Okay, well, that is our starting hand. And we will shuffle the path deck and discard the first next predator. So we search the path deck, which means discard cards until you hit the one you are trying to find. So we miss those cards. And this is not a predator. This is a predator, so that goes in the discard along with these. Okay, then we draw 1 path card. So we have immediately found a Sitka buck. Then this flips. And we are basically ready to begin. So the round structure is quite simple. We have path cards. Each ranger draws 1 path card, which we have to do now. The arrival is not part of the round structure. Then we have ranger turns. So ranger turns. Rangers take turns until they have all rested. Each ranger does one of the following: play a card, perform a test, or rest. After that, we can do it as long as we have options to do stuff like energy or cards to play or whatever. Then we can travel. If the location here has progress based on this, so 3 per ranger, so we need 3 progress on the lone tree station to be able to travel. Or exceeding its threshold, you may travel. If you do, remove all path cards from the play area and choose a new location and assemble the path deck for the new location. After that we refresh, which means we add our energy back, we draw a card, and also if we are injured we'll take fatigue based on how many injuries we have. So if we have 1, we would put 1 fatigue into our fatigue stack. So that's basically the round structure. Pretty simple. We have basic common tests that we can always do if we have the energy for it. So we have fit test, fit plus compass is traverse. This is the main way to get progress onto features and the location. If we fail this test, we suffer an injury. Then we have the spirit plus heart, which is the connect test. This is the main way to get progress onto beings, which will resolve them, and we can get rid of unwanted stuff, or we can talk to people from the valley. Then we have focus plus triangle, which is remember. This is the way to scout ranger cards from our deck to draw 1 ranger card. So scouting means that for how much you scout by, you can look at cards from top of the scouted deck. Then you can rearrange them, you can put some cards underneath the deck or on top of the deck in any order you choose. Then you either draw a card or you don't. It depends if the test says draw 1 ranger card or draw 1 path card or draw 1 challenge card, whatever. You can do that, or you have to do that. Then we have awareness plus yin and yang, or carps, I like to say, because they look like 2 carp fishes swimming in a circle. So we have the avoid, which exhaust 1 being. So for example, this we could avoid and exhaust it to not worry about it for a while. Those are the basic actions we can always do. But we are ready to begin. So at the start of the turn we have path cards. Each ranger draws 1 path card. So we get hanging gardens. One thing I forgot to do immediately. These cards have numbers on them. Like this has book 2. It means we have to read something from the campaign guide. So we read the number 2. Locations, interesting locations or features and beings have usually a number associated with them, so we have to read something which will progress the story and world build, so to speak. There are a lot of these entries, so I'm just trying to find the number 2, which is a bit tricky. So Lone Tree Station. Visible for miles around, the Lone Tree Station is a single enormous giga redwood rising out of the thick grass of a high prairie. From far away the tree is all you can see, but as you come closer you can see the rest of the station, the large box garden plots hanging from the branches, the airship Swift moored to its dock in the tree's crown, the doors and windows carved into the trunk and peeking out from among the roots. Lone Tree Station has been the base of operations for the Rangers ever since the people came to the valley, and ever since you became a ranger. It's been your home. And that is everything. But we also get the hanging gardens, which is number 43. Hanging gardens. 5 meters above the ground, you step out of the doorway leading into the trunk of the lone tree and onto a wildly swinging catwalk of boards and rope. You keep a firm grip as you make your way toward the massive boxes, each as large as a flatboat and overflowing with plants and that hang from the tree's thick branches. As the wind shifts, you catch the heady aroma of blooming flowers that ripe vegetables. Oh yeah, and we forgot to put the biscuit delivery quest into play, or mission. Where is it? There is the biscuit delivery. So that is our first mission. So we got this mission, which reads, continuing a time-honored ranger tradition, Calypso has tasked you with delivering biscuits to the people of White Sky as your first mission. Find High Pimpet at Lone Tree Station, he'll give you the biscuits and send you on your way. During this mission, use book number 91 instead of the normal entries for High Pimpet, Cordo, Nal and Quizvos. Travel away from Lone Tree Station while High Pimpet is in play. We read 1.01 and we have this sun challenge icon. If Quizvos is not in the path discard, she is drawn by baked goods. Search the valley set for Quizzy and put her into play. Okay, now we can start. Just going to drink some drink before we start because my mouth is dry and we don't have an injury yet. Okay, so immediately I can just do turns because there are no other rangers in play. So I'm just going to play the Intention Translator and the Universal Power Cells. We have first we get 3. Then we get another 3. Because of this. When you play this attachment, add 3 tokens to the attached gear response. When this card becomes unattached, discard 3 tokens from the attached gear. So we spent all of our focus to play those. And I think so we could awareness plus triangle eat to add 1 damage this feature, so 3 fatigue and heal 1 injury. Well, we don't need to do that basically. But I think we don't want to do stuff with the Sitka bug, so we will probably try to avoid it. So we basically do test by spending energy. We can commit cards from our hand to the test. I think we don't want to spend anything. We actually don't have any icons in our hand that can be used for this test. And this is the goal we are trying to reach. Or if we get equal or more effort from our test, we succeed. I'm just going to try with this. So we are testing 1 versus 1, so let's see how it goes. Well, we fail and we get a -1. We basically spent that energy and did nothing. Now, so our effort is 0, so that fails. But there's no penalty of failing for the awareness. But we have to resolve the sun from within reach area. So we are testing a card within reach. If we would have tested along the way, we would check suns from here, then here. If we would have been testing from the Lone Tree Station, we would be checking here, here and here. But now we have to check the sun on the Sitka buck. If there is another active Sitka buck, exhaust this being, add 2 harm or damage to both this and the other Sitka buck, so that doesn't trigger, fortunately. That goes there. So that was a waste of time. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to try again. Now I'm spending 2. -1, but we succeed. So this is exhausted, so it doesn't trigger. So even though there is a bird of prey or a crest, I'm saying this is a bird of prey, this red one, because it looks like a bird, wings wide and attacking. So if I lost my thought. Yeah, so if we get this, but this target card in the area we are affecting or below it is exhausted, it doesn't trigger. So it doesn't do the thing it reads there. But that is exhausted now. So I think I will want to try to traverse so we can get out of here once we find the thing we are looking for. So I'm traversing for 2. I'm not committing anything, so I'm testing 2 versus 1, and because we are going through this, it will exhaust us or fatigue us for 1, but I'm not that worried. I have ways to get these cars back into my hand. Except, of course, it's a -2. So, well, this isn't starting the way I wanted it to start. So, first off, we fail. If we fail a traverse, we'll take a damage. If we take a damage, all of our cards in our fatigue stack will go into our discard. So now we can't suit that fatigue anymore. Also, we were trying to do stuff here. So we drew a sun. If Quizzy is not in the path discard, she is drawn by baked goods. Search the valley set for Quizzy and put her into play. So we'll search the valley set, which is this set, and we find this annoying little brat and put her into play. So she comes into play. This icon tells us where the card comes into play. So actually, this hanging gardens, I misplaced it here. It should be here. So this came into play here. This also came into play here. If the arrow would be pointing up, it would come into play along the way. So this comes into play, and we read number 80 from here. So enters play. We don't have the biscuit basket equipped, so there are stipulations which you read depending on the situation. So we go to 80.3. From up ahead you hear a child quietly singing to herself. You move around a large cedar bowl to find a young girl, maybe 8 years old, tracing patterns in the ground with a rock. She's covered in dirt, head to toe. In place of her left hand is a miraculous piece of technology. Oh yeah, we had to read something else. Sorry. Okay, so we need to read number 91. So scratch that, we'll read the correct thing now. Biscuit delivery. So Quizzy the rascal enters play, go to 91.4. You feel a tug on your back pack and turn to see a young girl suddenly walking beside you. "Hi," she says. "Do you smell something? Is Hypimbot baking his famous juniper biscuits? Can I have one? Which way to the kitchen?" Clear Quizzy with progress to help her find the kitchen. Okay, so yeah. So Quizzy is fatiguing, friendly and persistent. Fatiguing means when we rest, she will cause 1 point of fatigue. So we want to get rid of her as fast as possible. So clear with progress or harm, and we read the entry we need to read, which is number 90. Okay. Then this symbol means that we have to shuffle the challenge deck. So we are failing mostly everything this round, but it is what it is. Okay, so I have shuffled the bad deck. Now we need to figure out how to deal with Quizzy. So I'm going to connect with Quizzy, and I'm going to use the intention translator to connect with I think I will scratch that. So I'm going to just play my favorite gear, so I can start soothing fatigue, which that brat will cause. So now, whenever I use a token from this card, I can soothe the fatigue. I'm just double checking the fatiguing. So the other keywords are friendly, which means that she doesn't cause fatigue when we do test past her. And persistent is that she will stay in play even though we travel. Okay, where is that list of keywords again? I would wish this would be somewhere like at the back of the book or something like that, but okay, so fatiguing. When you rest, if this card is ready and is in your player area, if it in reach, or along the way, you suffer fatigue equal to its presence. If this keyword is followed by a number, suffer that much fatigue instead. Okay. So we are resting because we are out of energy. So first off, when we rest, that causes 1 fatigue. Then we will refresh. We get back our energy. We draw a card, and we also lose 1 card to our fatigue stack because of this injury, and everything readies. And we are ready to begin the next round. So I'm just going to play now, and we'll see how this goes. So, oh yeah, this says the refresh phase, discard 1 cloud. So when this is out of tokens, it will flip out around, and we find another. Oh yeah, let's back up a bit. So let's say I did my Vigilant Lookout's ability to exhaust to scout a path card. So I saw this card. I could just put it underneath here, which I will do because I don't want to see any more cards that hinder my progress. But of course that can fire and I could draw something worse. But hopefully our luck will turn around and I find something good for us. And we don't do that. So we find a prowling wallhound. If there is another predator in play, this predator enters play exhausted. Well, that sucks. Now we have to deal with that. Okay. Well, first off, I will play this headset. And now I'll exhaust that and my roll to scout 2 path cards. And we don't want either of these, so we'll just put them underneath here. And that's that. And we can do stuff past these to affect the path deck whenever. Then well, I'll try to get no. First off, I will try to evade or avoid this prowling wallhound. 3 versus 2. +1. It is exhausted. Then we check if there is another active Sitka bug. No. Discard either 1 progress or 1 token from a flora, insect or gear. I unfortunately have to do something. I don't have any progress anywhere, so I'll discard 1 token. And that is that. Now I will connect with this rascal here, and I will use 1 token from here, which will suit 1 fatigue. So I draw 1 card into my hand, and I reveal a card. It is a -1, but we have this in play. So basically we add 2 progress here. So we're nearly done getting rid of this. Then if there is an active predator, no. If there is an active human, exhaust them. Add progress to them and harm to this feature, both equal to their presence. So that actually helped us. So this takes 1 harm and we get to advance this rascal here. And we have done everything. So the challenge deck is quite interesting because basically the game comes alive when you are doing tests. So the environment is interacting with itself and all that stuff. So we get to read, I think we still read the number 90, 91. So clear Quizzy go to 91.8. In your time together, Quizzy has made a game of scouring Lone Tree Station for clues as to the kitchen's whereabouts. Eventually the scent of High Pimpot's biscuit grows stronger and Quizzy cheers. Yes, yes, yes! Delicious biscuits, here I come. She runs off. Each ranger suits 2 fatigue, then discard Quizzy. So we suit 2 fatigue, so we get 1 back, and we discard Quizzy, so it doesn't affect us anymore. Okay, well, I'm going to, let's see, I have, this takes up 3, 4, 5, 6, so I don't have room. This gear and stuff like that takes up room, so these take 2, and I have 5 points of room for gear. So this takes 1, this takes 2, and it has the universal power cell, it takes 1 more. So at the moment I can't play these. But I need to do something. I will actually try to focus to find a card I need. And I succeed, so I get to look at the top card of my deck. I'm not feeling versatile, so I'll put it underneath my deck and draw a card. Universal power cell. Well, it isn't that helpful at the moment. And I really need to try to get some progress going. I think I'm trying to get rid of this, because it is fatiguing me if I go past it. Or I actually could, next round, heal an injury and get some fatigue suited. So yeah, let's go for it. I'm just going to go past that. So these two fatigue me for 2. +1. So I'll actually get enough for there to advance. And now we check for the birds of prey. Nothing here, nothing here, 1 here. If there is an active Sitkado, the buck charges. Suffer 1 fatigue. If there isn't, so nothing happens. Okay, and that is everything I can do this round. We will refresh because we won't travel, because we have to first find the basket of biscuits. Now we get our energy back. And then we take because we have an injury, we take 1 fatigue here. And we remove 1 from here. And we are we have to draw 1 card. And we get versatile. So we are going to draw a new path card. Sunbury Bramble. Awareness plus triangle block, and we can add damage to here to suit some fatigue, and if we fail, this feature fatigues you. Okay. So I'm again going to... doing this is basically a free action, so it doesn't matter here when I'm playing through solo, but in multiplayer you can do this and then do a real action. Okay, so we don't want a Sitka buck. But we want to maybe find Spirit Speaker now. Actually, did we miss High Pim? But yes, we did, so we need to cycle this deck as fast as possible, which is a shame. Oh yeah, I think I messed up. So when I searched the deck, these all should have been shuffled into the deck. So these 2 are here. Okay. I'm going to quickly fix this because I think we should have, when we search the deck, we shuffle the rest back into the deck. Okay. So now I'll do the scout action. Okay, so we found these 2. I'll put 1 underneath, and let's find Spirit Speaker now next round. Then I need to try and get rid of these stuff. So I really want to get rid of this injury first off. But first off, we will try to connect with the Sitka buck, or do we have triangles? We have some triangles which we can throw for this test. So I'm going to do this. So I'm avoiding. Nothing to commit to that. It's a bit risky, but we'll try it anyway. So we get a 0, so that's enough. So 2 versus 2, we get to avoid this one. Nothing triggers. Next we will do the Hanging Gardens. And I will actually commit this other intention translator. So we'll try again. 2 versus 1 minus 1, we succeed, nothing triggers. So add 1 damage to this, heal 1 injury, and soothe 3 fatigue. So we get 3 cards, and great, we found the pocketed belt pouch. That will basically lower the amount this gear takes up space in my equipped gear, so I can have more stuff in play. Well, next I will try to connect with this Sitka buck. And for this I will be using the versatile and mother of invention and masterwork. I'm trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. +1, so our effort is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's way enough to get rid of that. So we are making some progress here. And these are discarded. Next, we don't really need this, so I'm just going to try and traverse it away. Yeah, we don't need to advance that either. Okay, so trying to traverse it away. +1, we did it. So we put 3 progress on it and it is cleared. And what else do we want to do? I think I will try to see if I can find usable card. So -1, so we succeed by 1 for the remember test. So we can look at 1. I don't need the persuasive, so I'll put it underneath and draw a circuitous route. Okay. That is everything. We will rest. And this actually in the refresh will flip. So now we have the midday sun. So refresh, add 1 cloud to this card. If there are 3 or more clouds, flip this card, focus plus triangle, locate a shade to wait out the flaring sun. To add 1 cloud to this card and suit 1 fatigue. And sun will suffer 1 fatigue. So that will fatigue us. Okay, so we get the energy back. And we already know which card we are going to find. And we draw a card. Enthusiastic, so... And there is no like hand limit. You can have as many cards in your hand as you want or can get. And we draw the spirit speaker now. And we read number 9. I mean number 91. So 91.2. You come across a woman sitting on a meditation pillow, her eyes closed. She doesn't open them but gestures for you to come closer. We're happy to have you, she says. I'm Nal, the spirit speaker here at Lone Tree Station. Sit with me for a minute, then we can talk. Clear now with progress to speak with her further. Okay. And first off, we will look at 2 cards from here. None we need. We will bury them down and try to find high pimpets from the deck. And first off, I will play the pocket belt pouch. Then now we have room, so I will play the boundary sensor. And the color of these tokens doesn't matter. It just basically at some point you want to have a different color tokens for different stuff on one card, for example. So it is quality of life stuff. So the Legacy of the Ancestors campaign comes with these alternative color tokens, but I have upgraded mine to these wooden ones, so if you are wondering what the different colors mean, but basically nothing special. Okay, I need a drink, so I'm just opening a soda here. Okay, so let's see. So basically now these two take one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm up to my limit now. And this boundary sensor exhausts use 1 sensor when a ranger performs a traverse test. Commit 1 effort. Okay. So I'm going to avoid that one, and I don't need the observant, so I'm using one of those. I could suffer 1 fatigue to get +1, but I don't need to. And this is avoided. Then I will talk to spirits. Do I really need to? Okay, maybe we'll try to traverse this away. So I'm using the boundary sensor. So 2 against 1, 0, no sun effects. But I think this still affects me, so I'll take 1 fatigue from the sun. Because the weather is not in the surroundings, I think, even though it's here, or these. Okay, it's a bit unclear in the rules if this is in effect when I'm doing stuff here, because the sun is blaring everywhere, I think. But I'm playing it as it affects, and correct me if I'm wrong, but whatever. So I will... What was I doing? Oh, I'm traversing, so 0. So I get 2 progress here and suffered 1 fatigue. Okay. And then I will try to connect here. So I'm using this, so I'll suit 1 fatigue and connect for +1. I'll take a let's do this in order. So +1, +1, +1, we get 3, and that is enough. And we clear. So 91, and let's see. So we cleared Spirit Speaker null, 91.6. Nell opens her eyes and slowly turns to you, her movements precise and fluid. She smiles at you like an old friend. That was lovely, she says. I just had the most amazing experience. I was speaking with the spirits of Mount Nim. It was so powerful and ancient. It's a great spirit to call upon if you ever find yourself in need of some perspective. But right now we should check on the spirits of those biscuits. she says with a playful smirk. You'd better find high pimpet and pick them up while they're still warm. Each ranger suit is too fatigued, then discard now. Okay, so that goes away. We suit to fatigue. This is my hand. We don't have any fatigue to suit. Okay, and okay. Okay, so I have these two, but I don't think. Okay, I'll just see. Oh yeah, and we have to. Yeah, now we suffer one fatigue actually after the fact. And get my extra light is not cooperating, so I'll put it off. Okay, so we have to shuffle the challenge deck, and that is basically everything we can do this round. Okay, so hopefully the lighting is okay, but yeah. So we put one token here, then we ready up everything, just do like so. This could go here because I'm not exhausting it all the time. And we get back our energy. And we are ready for the next round. We draw one card. And we draw a path card, and it is Cordo Ranger Veteran. And we read number 91. Glad you made it through training. The grizzled man sticks out his hand and shakes yours firmly. The name's Cordo, in case you forgot. I understand you have a lot of new faces to take in. Clear Cordo with progress to speak with him further. I think we are just going to ignore him now. Okay, we'll do the scouting. We don't want either of these, so we are trying to find the high pimpet as fast as possible. I will avoid this guy, or do I? I'm just going to all in scout the path deck and try to find high pimpet. So we don't have an ability to do that. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I have to have a way to do that. So we are avoiding this. We succeed. We will traverse this. If there is an active human, exhaust them, add progress to them and damage to this feature, both equal to their present. Oh, actually, back up. This is gone, and this has 2 progress. Now, they ate the berries. That suits me. We got rid of the hanging gardens now. So that goes back there. Okay, well, we might as well talk to them. +1, so we add 2. Nothing triggers. We get to read 91 point something. Cordo cleared 91.5. Well, I've been in Rangers for a few decades, survived more Atrox attacks than I can count. Cordo rubs his chin. Once I was one of the best hunters in the valley. I suppose I still am, but these days I spend most of my time keeping things running smoothly around here, though I do get out for a hunt every now and then. His voice takes on the tone of mock severity. I'd take you on a hunt right now, in fact, but you have some biscuits to deliver. You're not going to let the people of White Sky starve, are you? Each ranger suits 2 fatigue, then discard Cordo. Okay. We suit this fatigue and discard this guy. And I think we have plenty of cards in hand, so no point in getting more cards from here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards left in our deck. That is also the limit for how long we can do stuff during the day. So I'm just going to rest now and not do extra actions which really don't advance anything. So we are getting our energy back, and everything ready. So we draw a card, another pocketed belt pouch, then we draw Sitka Dough. Then we start a new round, so I will just do this again. None we want to find. We will just bury these. And we will connect, avoid this. We succeed. I'm playing faster now because no point in explaining the same thing all over again every turn. And I'm going to connect with this one. And I'll use Enthusiastic and Mother of Invention. And it is a 0, we have 4, so that is enough to clear that. And nothing triggers. And I think we don't need to traverse or do anything like other. So I'm just going to rest again. And let's see, we draw a new card, Overgrown Ticket. So, new keyword, obstacle. So now there is an obstacle here, which I'll mark with this. So, obstacles stop us from interacting with stuff past them. They also stop us from traveling. So we need to get rid of that before we can travel. Okay, so I think I'm going to evade. Let's first scout 2 bad cards. Pimpat is next, and let's see the washed out. Do we want to deal with it? If you are currently using river terrain, no, Rangers 2. Okay, so I'm just going to bury it and keep the high Pimpat on top of the deck. But we need to traverse this, so I'm first evading this one. And it is evaded. Nothing triggers. And I'm going to traverse this using the boundary sensor. 3, 4. I'm actually saving that. 4 against 2. That's good enough. So this is cleared. And we fatigue. And I think that's everything we'll do this round, so we rest. So we'll put another cloud over here. Ready up, and finally this time we are going to find high pimpet and get advancing the mission. Okay, so we draw a card and we reveal high pimpet. So now we read 91 point something. Okay, high pimpet. You come across a massive pile of diced and sliced vegetables, roots and tubers. Occasionally more sliced fly through the air to land on top of the pile. Back already, a voice says from beyond the vegetable pile. I told you there's no silverfin curry to be had until the fish has marinated for at least 3 hours. A head pokes out from behind the pile. Oh, it's you. I thought you were Elder Thrush. She gets so impatient on Silverfin Curry Day. Calypso sent you for the biscuits, eh? They're just out of the oven. Let me know when you're ready to leave and we'll get you and those biscuits to the good people of White Sky straight away. Travel away from the Lone Tree Station while High Pimpet is in play to continue the mission. And that we can actually do immediately. And we are quite low in time because it took quite a long time to find High Pimpet. So we will probably... Do we need to actually do anything this round? I think not. We'll just do nothing and travel. Yeah. So, travel away from Lone Tree Station while High Pimpet is in play. Read 101. And I'm not sure if we need to decide where we want to travel, but I will travel to White Sky. So we are at the Lone Tree Station and we will travel to White Sky. So we are traveling through the lakeshore terrain type. So we will build our deck with that. But now we will read 1.01. Let's see here. High Pimpet places the last juniper biscuits into the basket and hands it to you. There's no better way to begin a friendship than with a freshly baked biscuit. He says, the people of White Sky just love meeting new rangers. They always come bearing treats. High Pimpet winks and takes a biscuit to himself. You shoulder the basket. As you do, the enticing aroma of the biscuits wafts up from the basket. You remember that you haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Your stomach growls. Surely they won't miss one or two. Flip the biscuit delivery mission to the biscuit basket side, then choose a ranger to equip it. So this takes 2 slots, which is annoying. So I think we will lose the Okay, let's lose the intention translator. And this has 3 biscuits on it. So these go into discard, unfortunately. But we travel. So when we travel, we discard everything in play which doesn't have the persistent keyword. We will deconstruct the path deck. So we just see the icons on the upper left corner and discard cards to their sets. Then we can just put the sets back here into our area here. Then we'll take the location, we'll take the moment. And we are traveling the white sky, so trying to get this biscuit delivery done before we call it quits for today. Or we'll have to... Okay, so we don't have many turns to go. Okay, so... We can also eat some biscuit ourselves, so we'll finish this and try to travel to the next place to end our day. Okay, and we need to look for the white sky set here, and it's that symbol. And the lake shore set. This goes away. Okay, and yeah, that flipped last round, so now we lose 1 cloud. Okay, and arrival, we read number 3. So, white sky. From your vantage point, you can see much of the southern shore of White Sky Lake, from the froth of rapids at the head of the Silverfin River to the mix of rocky promontories and pedal-stern beaches that slowly curve around toward the opposite shore. There you see the village of White Sky and the tiny forms of villagers going about their businesses on the platform and docks. Okay, and draw on path card. Okay, so we find a lump in Lutrinal, and A new keyword, ambush, means that it will fatigue us for 1, or its presence, so it's 1. So that's annoying. Okay, then, well, we basically rest now. So we draw a card. We are really low on these. That's bad. So I might just eat everything, not give any to anyone else. But we'll start the turn by drawing a path card. So we find Artel Angler. That is a good person to give some biscuit to. So Artel Angler, we read 48. If a ranger has biscuit basket equipped, go to 48.1. What's this then? The voice seems to come out of nowhere. Then you look up to see someone standing on a rock overlooking the water. Those smell like High Pimpat's famous juniper biscuits. You barely have time to notice that the person has a fishing rod before it flicks out and the hooks catches on the handle of the basket. With the practiced flick of the wrist, the basket now sits in front of the angler, who eyes the biscuits greedily. May I? I haven't had a bite all day. Clear Artel with progress to ask about not getting any bites fishing. Okay. So we will want to do this. First off, we probably want to avoid this. So we will use the persuasive and 2 versus 1 minus 1. It is exhausted. Then we will try to do this Spirit Plus. Oh damn, we don't have any. I'm trying to find a card from my deck. So we get +1, we get to look at 3 cards. So I have 4 cards left. This is not good in any way. Okay, so versatile. I think we'll order this and draw this. Okay, well, I'm going to attempt at doing this. And it is a +1, so we get to move 1 from here to here and add 4 progress to it, so we clear it immediately. And we read 48. Let's see, 48. $48.6. Artel Haram's not sure what it is, but the fishing's been terrible for weeks. I think something spooked the fish in these parts, I can feel it. The angler appears contemplative for a moment. Actually, I've been hearing tales of some amazing fishing spots across the lake at the Golden Shore. Maybe all these fish moved up there. Should you be willing to accompany me, I'd sure appreciate an escort. What with the fish poker hanging around here? Well, we are not going to do that today because it is too late. So not today. Discard Artel. It's Ranger Sulta's fun. 1 fatigue. So we get this back into our hand. This goes away, and now we basically need to get 3 progress there, clear this, and call it a day. So I'm going to sneak 1 biscuit to my ranger card first, and we need triangles. We have those plenty. And we succeed and nothing happens, so we move one here. Haven't I done this already? I'll check. Okay. That can go to the bottom, that can stay up here, doesn't affect us. Okay, I'll do it again. I'm going to eat the last biscuit. I'm really sorry, people of the valley or white sky. So I'm using observant and the universal power cell to eat the last biscuits. And I succeed, so have 0 biscuits on this gear, 1.02. Okay, let's see. With an empty basket, you continue down the path until you come across Calypso and Cal resting beside a bubbling stream. Calypso gestures towards the basket. How did it go? She asks. You tell her of the people you met in your travels today and how each was appreciative of High Pimpot's bakery. Calypso stands and makes a show of studying you closely. And no... I'm just double checking. Okay, so if the Rangers have no biscuits on their roll card, go to 1.02a, so I'm reading the wrong one. So otherwise read, with an empty basket, you continue down the path until you come across Calypso and Cal resting beside a bubbling stream. Calypso gestures towards the basket. How did it go? She asks. Before you can answer, Cal gives a mistress laugh. I think those crumbs speak for themselves. You glance down and self-consciously brush the biscuit crumbs off your shirt. Complete the biscuit delivery mission and return biscuit basket into the collection each ranger suits to fatigue, then go to 1.03. From down the path comes the sound of melodic whistling. Before long, a man wearing many layers of cloaks and walking with the aid of an ornate conduit follows. As he passes, he tips his wide-brimmed hat in your direction. Good day to you, friends. Good day, Master Ale, Calypso replies. Lone Tree Hanging Gardens are thirsty. They'll be grateful for some rain. Fear not, my dear Calypso, for there is no shaper more skilled at steering the clouds than I. By the time you return, those gardens will be thoroughly soaked. With that, the shaper continues down the path. He resumes his whistling as he passes from sight. Cal shakes his head. That fool is overly impressed by his own abilities, he says. Trouble will come of it. Mark my words. Calypso nods, then turns to you. It's time you should be on your way, she says. The village elders often have tasks that require the help of the rangers. I recommend that you seek them out on your travels. I know also that Cordo would like some help dealing with the caustic mulcher that roams the woodlands. I'm not sure what he has in mind, but you can seek him out at Lone Tree Station if you're interested. Farewell. With that, Calypso and Cal disappear into the forest, leaving you to explore the valley on your own. What you do now is entirely up to you. You could, for example, spend time exploring the different path types to familiarize yourself with the flora and fauna, or you could travel to pivotal locations on the map and delve into the path deck to find people in need of assistance and missions to complete. Take your time. You will be called upon if there is an emergency. Now you may end the day or continue playing. If you end the day, you are considered to have camped. So, I think I'm in a good position, so I'm shooting the one fatigue here. But I'm in a good position to just clear this by traversing and going back to the Lone Tree Station to get some quests from there. But first we will shuffle this. So I'm not going to camp here. I don't want to start my turn at White Sky or my next day at White Sky. So I'll just go back to the Lone Tree Station. So this is removed. So we completed the mission. We don't have any missions at the moment. Okay, so I will traverse. And I will commit everything to this test just to I have 5 against 1. So we pass, we get 5 progress here. And we can just travel back to Lone Tree Station, get some quests there and begin our day 2 from there. So I am going to end my turn and travel. We'll travel back to the Lone Tree Station and we will camp. So that was the first day of the Lure of the Whale campaign. So we'll mark that we have done the first day. Nothing happening on day 2. We can just start the day then, but we will update the path terrain. So we traveled along the lake shore. So we mark lake shore here. And we had the biscuit delivery and day 1, and that has been done. Or we can just do this. And we can start day 2 next time. But that was the first day of the campaign done. It is a bit slower because I'm explaining a lot of stuff, but it will go faster from now on, hopefully. But yeah, that was the first day. Hope you guys like this playthrough. Thanks for watching and until next time.